Finally, load information on that hazmat load going to Florida. Went to Orlando, by the way. Got out of Florida without completely losing my butt. Had to return that Rexing V55. Bought a replacement. Tell you about that. Rusty, load updates, and more on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and furry studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, here it is, Tuesday the 17th of January. Just crossed from Florida into Georgia. My hazmat load was going down to Orlando, is where it was going. And that delivered yesterday morning. Couldn't find anything out yesterday that paid anything decent at all. Loads out of Florida are terrible. I got paid good going in though. So anyway, went and parked at this Love's in Ormond Beach. They had an Arby's, went ahead and sprung for the French dip, baby, yeah. And so that was good, and then took a nice long break. Got a load, ended up booking it yesterday that goes to Waverly, New York, a load of tissue, so it's not that heavy. Waverly's right on the border of Pennsylvania and New York State on I-86. It's about 900 and some odd miles, or close to 1,000 miles. So I got to run as far as I can today. I'm going to run. I didn't get loaded until late this afternoon. It's 5 p.m. now Eastern. And so I deliver Thursday morning at 9 to a CVS. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, and did turn in the Rexing V55. I went ahead and returned it. Amazon makes it pretty easy to return something. You can return it to any Kohl's. So I can usually get my truck near a Kohl's. So after I picked up today, found a Kohl's to bring it to and just turn that in. So we'll get the refund on that. Did order now a different Rexing from the Rexing website. It's basically the exact same one as the V1 4K that I was using, except it has the built-in GPS locker. And it was on sale on the Rexing website for only $89. So, good deal. And I know it allows me to record in the different times, 1, 2, or 3 minutes. It'll save the video for the length of whatever I've selected, which were my problems with the V55. I did like the big screen, but I could, just those 20-second things, I couldn't deal with that. They might have had a firmware upgrade at some point, but didn't feel like waiting for that. And I need one that works now, and for, you know, what I'm using it for is a little different than a lot of people. I'm trying to do these road video things too. So anyway, so go with what I know, and then I still have my V1 Basic up here in the window, and that one does the time lapse, so that's why I keep that one. And it's always good to as a backup, like when my 4K started acting up, then always like to have a backup. And I know some people did say, well, they thought that, you know, the V55 could do those different loop things. The V5 can, but not the V55. And the only way I found V5 was used. Didn't really want to do that. Or if I bought the bundle with all the other cameras that come with it that I don't need. So just decided to not do that. Go with the one that's basically the same as the one I have, except it's got the built-in GPS logger. So I can run the GPS logger now on my V1 Basic. And then we're all set. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boop. What do you think? Alright, yeah, so picked up this afternoon in Jacksonville, Florida, load of tissue. Went over to the Kohl's, turned in the camera. Now I'm heading north. I'm going to try to make the Raffine Petro in Raffine, Virginia. GPS wanted me to take a 95 up through DC and all that. I know, I'm not doing that. I'm running a few extra miles. It's like, I think 50 miles more to just go up 95 to 26 to 77, and then over to I-81 and go up that way into Pennsylvania. You don't have to deal with all the major cities. I've run that route plenty of times, so I'd prefer to go that way. I'm going to stop up here in about 23 miles, grab a shower at the TA up here in Brunswick, Georgia. I'm not sure I've ever been to that one, but of course I've said that so many times before, and then I end up pulling in there. I'm like, oh yeah, I've been here before. Just like that old Johnny Cash song, I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get a shower. Had some chili for lunch while I was getting loaded. So, Rusty's, of course, hiding down there beside the passenger seat in the door, where he always likes to tuck himself in while I'm driving. So, of course, you'll see him again in the end here. So, that's the plan for now. And then I've got another one I pick up Thursday in New York State, running over to Ohio. So that'll get me out through Wednesday. That one goes to an Aldi distribution center, a grocery warehouse, which I hate, but pays pretty well. It's a short little hop. What are you going to do? Okay, so here we are parked at the Petro in Rexing, Virginia, also known as White's truck stop. You know, it was originally called White's years ago, and then they went into the Petro thing, and so now it's the Petro Rexing. The second largest truck stop in the country. The largest, of course, is the Walcott, Iowa 80 on I-80, exit 284. And this is exit 205 here on I-81 in Virginia. Second largest truck stop. Tons of parking here. And I drove all through the night. I picked up at 3 p.m. Well, my appointment was 3 p.m. I got there at like 2 in Jacksonville, Florida, and then just drove all through the night. Stopped and got my shower. That's why, of course, the shirt color has changed in Brunswick. And so here I am. And like I say, I knew if I got here between 4 and 6 a.m., a lot of drivers would be pulling out. So that's why I just drove through the night. Oh, but great time, though, to drive through Charlotte, North Carolina, in the middle of the night. And I-81 in the middle of the night, hardly anybody out there. And where normally 81 is a really busy corridor. So it was a perfect time to get here early in the morning. We got parked, took Rusty out, got him fed. Now I'm working on the video here, and then later on this afternoon or early evening, I'm going to get back on the road, finish the drive up to Waverly, New York, to deliver at 9 a.m. Thursday morning, because here it is now Wednesday, the 18th. But we'll deliver Thursday morning at 9 a.m. I've got another load that picks up like 70 miles from there, goes down to Ohio, delivers on Friday morning at 1 a.m. at an Aldi. So, yeah, I did send that V55 back. It just wasn't going to work. I liked the bigger screen, but, you know, outside of that, I didn't like the way they have all the other features set up. I'm used to the V1 4K and the V1 Basic. And as a truck driver, then I don't have to create a wedge like I had to with the other one to put it up in the window. They work perfect for the truck driver windshield. You can aim that lens. So I got the basically it's the V1 4K, except this one's called the V1GP. I don't know. I've got a picture of it right here. It's basically the V1 4K, except this one has the built-in GPS logger. The V1 4K, you have to have the separate plug-in GPS logger, which I had to buy separately. But I had that from my V1 Basic, which also had to have the separate plug-in GPS logger from Rexing. So I'm going to plug that in to my V1 Basic. I like to keep that up in the window for the time-lapse stuff I like to do, and as a backup. And so now my newer one that I just ordered off the Rexing website for only $89, not a bad deal for a dash cam that's going to last, people, and has the features I want on it, unlike the V55, which did not. So the same kind of wedge shape, works perfect for truckers, and has the built-in GPS. So I got the best of both worlds, and it was on sale for $89. I tried to find it on Amazon, couldn't find it. You can get a version for $139, which has the backup camera. So if you're a car owner and you want the rear camera to go in your rear window, pay the $139 and get that. You'll be happy with that. And it has the GPS logger. I just didn't need the rear camera. So for $89, and I had paid $159 for that V55, so I'm going to get, what I think with taxes and everything, $171 back in credit on Amazon, and now I just had to buy the one from Rexing for $89, paid $5 shipping, so a total of like 95 bucks, and I've got a good replacement for the V1 4K, which unfortunately had issues with the SD card thing where it kept restarting with the card, so I couldn't guarantee that everything was saved, and I want to make sure everything is saved, because ass wagons pull crap in front of you all the time. You want to have proof. What do you think? All right, so just some updates for you on what's been going on, and that's the life of trucking, baby. So if you're curious of how we're doing it all, it kind of gives you some insight. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Not too long, just a quick little update for you, as we're giving you all the load updates and what's going on. And yep, going from one extreme weather area to another. How about that? All the way down in Florida, up to New York, then we're going to Ohio, and then out to Nebraska, where right now, from what I understand, it's snowing like a summer out there in Nebraska. I know I talked to my wife in Cheyenne. She said it was supposed to be snowing all night, and they may not even be having school tomorrow. And she's a school teacher, teaches special needs kids. That's a tough job. Trucking is easy compared to her job, I tell you. So thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe, please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes it takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, where I put Rusty stuff. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. That looks like a mano-lantern. All right, come down here. You got to start down here. Oh, there it goes. Up on your pet bed. Up on your pet bed. Yum, yum, yum. It's a bacon strip for Rusty Dog. I don't know. I'm making it up. It's not very good. I'm sorry. All right. Yep. Loving that bacon strip, baby. Oh, yeah. He's all over that. All over that. All about the bacon strips. Gets his reward for doing the opening and the close with me. You know, I mean, you have to reward the doggy. Keep the doggy happy. Just like being a married man. Keep the wife happy, right? Happy wife, happy life. So here on the truck, pretty much same thing. Happy dog. I don't know what would rhyme with dog. But keep the dog happy. And there you go. Happy dog look, Rusty. Rusty. Come on, look up here. You got it all, buddy. Stop looking for crumbs.